I will call the Lerner Board meeting to order for Wednesday, August 12, 2026 at 10 a.m. First item on the agenda is a roll call. Nancy, if you'll do that, please.
Good morning. Thank you. 4 of our members are with us in the council chambers this morning, which is a quorum. Fran Bowie, Gary Boyne,
Here.
Diana Lawson,
Here.
Dinah Harris.
Here.
3 of our members are not with us at this time. Dallas Burgel, Carrie Berghoff, and Christy Wendorf. Thank you.
We are removing the conserve item on the agenda. So is there a motion to approve the agenda as so amended?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. No nays. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the July 8, 2026 meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any corrections or changes need to be made to those? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Adopted. Nothing on the president's report. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the treasurer's report. Nick, move a little fast there. Nick, good.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Good morning, Nick Mueller from Kruger-Lawton. Included in your packet, you will find the year-to-date financial statements for the Lerner for the period ending June 30th, 2026. Net income from theater operations only, shown as gross profit, at the end of the period is $388,214. This is a decrease of $96,923 from the gross profit on last year's statement of $485,137. Year-to-date net income for all Lerner operations, including city expenses, at the end of the period is $2,340 and is an improvement of the $34,468 from last year's net loss of $32,123. Budgeted city operational expenses are under budget $107,000 year-to-date. Total operating expenses of $885,869 were covered by a city contribution of $492,159, 56%, and a Lerner contribution of $393,710, or 44%. This compares with last year's city contribution of 51% and a Lerner contribution of 49%. During the month of June, there were 4 events that all produced net income, notably.
Can someone fix the? Thank you.
How do we sound now? Okay, good. So during the month of June, there were 4 events that all produced net income, notably the Elkhart Jazz Festival with $24,536 for the month. Are there any questions for me?
Nothing unusual in the financials that I saw. Nothing.
No. And what you'll find in your packet is we're going to have this disclaimer at the bottom of this summary section here. Last year, we had $205,000 of grant funding that's just not available in the current year. So it's going to skew the financials slightly, but just making that note for the remainder of 2026.
Very good. Anybody else have a question or comment? If not, is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report and place the same of record?
So move.
Is there a second? I heard a second. Motion made and seconded. Any other questions or comments? If not, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Adopted. Thank you very much. Friends of Lerner funding for critical repairs item.
You didn't do the.
Oh, what? I don't know why I keep looking at the wrong claim and allowance docket. Thank you. I keep looking at the wrong entries. Is there a motion to approve the claims and allowance docket as submitted, which consists of 5 pages and a total amount of $59,900.99, all is listed on the register?
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the claims and allowance docket. Any questions or anything else on that? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, adopted. All right. Nothing on the president's report other than he needs to get his act together here. Friends of the Learner promotion agreement. And we have before us a memorandum of understanding with the Friends of the Learner for another 12-month period commencing June 1 of 26 and terminating May 31 of 26, which recites the same terms as we have had in the past for them providing $100,000 of funding as a promotional fund to promote shows and events at the theater. Are there any questions or concerns with that? Is there a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with the Friends of the Learner?
So move.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion or concerns? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Adopted. Friends of Learner funding for critical repair needs. And we have a change on the original proposal. At this point, we are asked to approve just the request for critical needs funds for the Chicago Flyhouse line set repairs in the amount of $11,469 that are needed to repair a damaged line set that experienced an uncontrollable crash. We need to get it operational again. Is there a motion to approve that request for critical needs funding?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any further questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Adopted. Crystal Ballroom Catering Report. Good morning.
Good morning. So, year-to-date commission sales are 433,276 compared to 2025. That was 429,429. In 2025, there was $17,000 in commission versus $37,000 for this year. It looks like we are going to make about $400,000, I think, the next 3 months, compared to last year. That's definitely up. Sorry, I'm trying to get an exact number here, but I do not have that. But yeah, any other questions for me?
Everything going okay?
Yeah.
No
so
major
far, so good.
problems?
Nope, I really enjoy it.
Good. Excellent.
Having a good time. What was that? I will right now.
Sales appear to be strong and continuing to be, isn't that right? From what I understand, it's going
yeah.
very well. Good. Excellent. Anybody else have anything? If not, is there a motion to accept the Crystal Ballroom Catering Report, place a matter of record?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. If not, there's nothing else. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Premier Arts Report. Do we have anyone from Premier today? I don't see anybody. General Manager's Report. Carl, you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope everyone is well today. Carl Thompson, General Manager of the Lerner.
I hope you're more tuned in than I am today.
Well, I had a little bit of a cold over the weekend. I'm much better
no.
now, but I'll do my best. I'll tap dance.
Counting on you.
So July began with some of our team attending the League of Historic Theaters Conference in Indianapolis, which offered a chance to convene and network with over 400 arts administrators from historic theaters around the country. Conference topics included historic theater management, marketing and ticketing strategies, and fundraising. We're already working to implement some new ideas now. We also premiered The Lerner Legacy, a historical narrative during Art Walk. Approximately 100 people attended the debut across 4 showings. The documentary highlighted rarely seen historic photos and discusses the role of the Lerner in the community from its earliest days through its 100-year celebration. Our collaboration with Lightbox Productions also continues with finalizing a new 30-minute TV special. Set your channels for August 15th at 7 p.m. on WSBT 22, hosted by local personality Allison Hayes. This heartwarming program will highlight our history, programming, and community partnerships. You might even recognize a few local special guests. Celebration of the Stars is moving forward for another year with planning and fundraising ahead of schedule. It's unbelievable to me that in a few weeks, we will be experiencing our 2nd year of this free community-focused event. July 2026 ticket sales totaled $47,000 compared to $86,000 in July 2025. Year-to-date gross ticket revenues are $890,000, slightly below last year's $904,000. The purpose of this comparative analysis allows us to consider programming and on-sale opportunities in the future where we see these slight decreases across the year. Recently announced events include Elkhart County Symphony Ritmo Botanico, which serves as a prelude to Hispanic Heritage Month. We also have Elkhart County Symphony, which is dual vitality. I knew I was going to mess that up, which celebrates cultural connections, rhythms, and community. We also have the Nutcracker at the Lerner Theater. This annual holiday tradition celebrates the timeless spirit of the season. Elkhart County Symphony, Verdi's Requiem. Enjoy Verdi's monumental Messa de Requiem, one of the most powerful choral orchestral works ever written. We also have Coppelia at the Lerner, performed by the talented dancers of Arienco Ballet. Elkhart County Symphony, a cinematic symphony featuring music from Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. In addition, we have Elkhart County Symphony Planetary Finale. This program also includes Gustav Holst's towering masterpiece, The Planets. July events presented and settled include Guys and Dolls. As part of our strategic planning process, we have been conducting interviews with individuals from several groups, including the steering committee, city council, nonprofit art leaders, volunteers, and friends of the Lerner. If you've already participated, thank you. Your input is greatly valuable and appreciated. Next, we'll be launching online surveys, in-person focus groups, and these will be hosted at the Lerner. Our next strategic planning steering committee meeting will take place on Wednesday, September 2nd at 2 p.m. Don Anderson, our coordinator, will be joining to provide updates on data and progress. I'd also like to take a moment to welcome Faith Geary, our new communications and marketing coordinator. Faith is originally from the Chicago area, but she went to school here in South Bend, Elkhart area. She's also worked in marketing, sales, and education, and I feel she'll be a valuable asset to our team. Please take a moment when you have a moment to speak with her to welcome her to the Lerner. Thank you very much, and I welcome your questions. And I'm sorry, my foreign language skills were not very good today.
Questions? Anything?
I do, but I can't remember. Hang on. Oh, Bob, are you having much success in finding new companies to partner with?
Bob Garcia, Director of Events. Question was, are we looking forward for new events?
Mhm.
We have made some inroads with, with our co-promotion deal with Flight Entertainment. They were a little scared this year because of the economy and some of the shows they did last year. But now we've made some offers for some country artists, pretty big ones too. Kip Moore, Carly Pierce, and Larry Fleet. Whether they accept, we don't know yet. Those are mutually acceptable dates. So we have to agree on the date. We don't want a Sunday. We don't want a Tuesday. After we met with Friends of the Learner, we got a list of shows that we mutually thought would be great shows, great assets for the theater. That would be Trombone Shorty, who played here like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Kenny G, but he just played the Blue Gate, so we would have to wait on that. Rick Springfield was one. He's touring with the band as well solo. Tower of Power, which we just made a mutually acceptable date offer for them. And Gin Blossoms. I don't know if you guys know who the Gin Blossoms are, but they just played the Blue Gate maybe 9 months ago. They only did like 400 seats. So I think we're a little nervous on that one. We're still talking to Outback Presents. They're talking about some shows next year, including maybe hopefully David Spade. We all know.
Mhm.
Comedy Dance Chicago reached out to us about doing some comics coming out of Chicago, but I think that might be an opportunity for the ballroom. So we're looking into that. And we just confirmed the music of Lord of the Rings with the South Bend Youth Symphony and Orchestra, as well as their 100-piece choir. That's on St. Patrick's Day next year. That should be a fun show. And Carl, you failed to mention, but I can let them know that the South Bend Lyric Opera is coming to the Lerner, both in the ballroom and the theater next year, this fall and next summer. And we have the National Dance Company of Ireland is coming with their Irish show in end of March on a Friday in 2028. They will not have played this area for 2 years, so that should be a winner as well.
Does Bluegate have, or Shipshawana, whatever you want to call it, have a thing in their contract that their performers can't perform within a 130-mile radius or something like that?
If they whether they do or not, we would not want to book any of those shows that they have. And we always want to wait at least 6 months to 9 months, maybe even a year, depending on how that show did.
Mhm.
So we're keeping an eye on that. I mean, we just realized that they have an illusionist coming in on next April. So we wanted to make sure we got our show on sale for November as soon as possible before that show was announced.
Mhm.
So they're 3 weeks, they're 3 legs ahead of us constantly. It's a battle, but we're trying to keep, I'm trying to keep on top of what they're doing, when it's playing, and then talking to those agents about certain artists that we could entertain and have at the Lerner 6, 9, 12 months later. Let us, share the wealth. They do it 1 year, we do it the next year kind of thing. But I mean, they're booking 6 days a week, 12 months out of the year.
Yeah. Plus they have two theaters, right?
They have 2 theaters. They have a 300-seat theater and a 1,500-seat theater.
And then what about the Morris in South Bend?
The Morris is really, they do the Broadway stuff. They don't do as much as I would expect them to do, but we're keeping an eye on them. I mean, Carl has met with their GM, so we have a dialogue. So we can, pick up the phone and see what they're doing and have that discussion. But I mean, I'd love to do Broadway, but we don't have the space and it'd be a battle.
And Carl, are you working with Marvin Curtis in South Bend?
South Bend?
Uh-huh.
Which organization?
You don't know.
He was the president of the symphony. He was the dean of the IU's School of the Arts, and is doing some incredible things in South Bend.
So no, I have not spoken with him, but I most certainly can put him on the list of people. And I was just
Okay.
going to add one thing to Bob's point. So when you're finished.
And some of the ballets, I mean, we had a really successful ballet this last April with Cinderella, the World Ballet Company. They're coming back with Swan Lake, which is not being played by our community theater group. So that's not a conflict. And another ballet company called Classical Arts, which tours all over the U.S., is bringing in the Aladdin in November.
Oh, cool.
So they should be good shows. Swan Lake, unfortunately, is on a Wednesday, but Aladdin's on a Saturday. Anything else? Any questions?
Anything?
Okay, go ahead.
So
Thank you.
one of the things I just wanted to mention, in addition to what Bob has mentioned, is that there's an ongoing effort through outreach among promoters and agents to bring in new acts as well. So obviously there may be some shows that Bluegate has performed in the past. More recent shows we want to avoid. And we also, as an overarching goal, is to establish new relationships so we can bring in shows that have not been in the market. To accomplish this goal, we're attending a conference in September in Minneapolis, where there'll be one of the largest compilations of agents, promoters, and presenters around the country. That's an opportunity to promote the Lerner Theater and the Elkhart market. Many people that we visit the Lerner on an ongoing basis say, oh my goodness, this is my first time here. I didn't know this was here. My goodness, what a beautiful theater. So we know right there that we have some outreach. We need to intensify our outreach to create awareness about the theater and the value of the market. In addition to that, we're also attending the IEBA conference, which again is a conference where we can network with one of the broadest range of promoters, presenters, and agents around the country. I believe that these outreach efforts at these conferences will allow us to engage new relationships and bring new talent. So this, to answer your question, is his efforts are ongoing, and there are shows that he's working on and finalizing that have not been announced. And so more to follow.
I guess I'd like to just make one comment. I think it's important for us to acknowledge the difference between the way the Bluegate operates and the way that that the Lerner operates. I mean, the Bluegate is a private sector for-profit business that can pretty much turn around on a dime. I mean, they can make very quick decisions and secure whatever it is that they need to secure very quickly. We don't quite have that same kind of flexibility within the way that we are structured. So I think that is number one. I think number two, we probably haven't really like peeled back the onion a bit to say these are the real differences here in the way these two operate, because we continually have throughout the years since we reopened after the renovation have been compared to the Bluegate, and it's really comparing apples and oranges. We I'm not sure that we're prepared yet to really say, here are the key differences between the way these two operate, and trying to develop, if possible, any strategies that might help us in some ways, because we'll never be the same. But in some ways that we can at least put ourselves in a position to communicate those differences. So I'm wondering if internally, as we're going through this strategic planning process, if this isn't one of those areas that we should really look at to help as we are moving forward and communicating who we are and what we're doing and what our plans are, that we do acknowledge that there are differences in the competition that are in the marketplace.
You're exactly right. The business models are very different when you look at the Morris, the Lerner, and the Bluegate. And so I think they should be identified because I feel that those will allow us to establish goals and objectives that are achievable within the expectations of what the community is looking for. And that can chart the course for the types of programming that we can offer, and offer better insight into why we're different too. And if that evolves over time, then we can take that journey together.
And I think the key point that it all starts from is we are not buying our own shows. We're relying on people like Friends of the Learner to come up with, or entities like Friends of the Learner to be promoters.
Yeah,
locally, and we are looking for outside promoters to place shows in our theater. We don't have a fund to buy our own shows, so we
no.
are a rental house.
The Blue Gate is a presenting
Yeah, Blue
venue.
Gate's buying their own.
Exactly. And we're more of a rental, and through the generosity of Friends of the Learner, we have the ability to present. And that's the key for us. And as we continue to establish relationships and successful shows, there could be further potential in developing that ongoing successful relationship to its greatest potential.
Right.
I think we look at the Blue Gate as an overnight success, and it has not been an overnight success. It has taken them a few decades to get where they are right now. And they have a lot more flexibility within the way that they operate than the way that we operate. So yeah, they can take a lot of risks. We're not in that position. But we also, I think, owe it to the Blue Gate and to the Morris to say congratulations for the work that they have done, because it
course.
has created even more of a demand and more of an awareness of the value of the arts in our region. So it's all good. It's just the way we want to frame it.
You're exactly right. And I feel as though the sentiment among the various arts organizations, including the major venues, is a spirit of collaboration where we all work together to develop the audience and the market together. And some have had a longer lead time in their starts, and others have been specific in what they specialize in. And I think as we begin to develop the market together with a collaborative spirit, we will see the growth and success that we're looking for. But you make an excellent point. Yes.
And I'm hoping that as we go through this process with the strategic planning as well, that we are able to find our place. It looks like the Morris has certainly found its place with Broadway, and certainly, the Blue Gate has found its way with like popular music. And we have an opportunity to be able to define who we are, that we don't want to be the Blue Gate. We don't want to be the Morris. We have to find our own place and develop our own brand. And that will help us tremendously as well.
We want to be the learner,
Mhm.
and that's an incredibly special place to be.
Right.
Anything else? If not, thank you. We have other items under new business. Location agreement with Kit Travels LLC. And as I recall, was this the access?
Exactly. So the ECCBB was filming a documentary, and they requested on-site filming at the Lerner Theater. As part of this, they requested that we signed an agreement with them that just gave them access and allowed them to film on-site and for the specified period of time. And we're just asking that you approve the signing of this agreement.
And in fact,
sign it.
I signed it because
Did sign it.
the access they already needed before the
Exactly.
meeting.
We got this days
This
before
would
they
be
needed
a
it.
motion to ratify my action as president in executing the Kit Travels location agreement, which is attached to your memo. Motion to that effect? Motion made and seconded. Any further questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Adopted. Chicago Fly House repair proposal. And what we are really talking about here is a motion to approve the contract for the inspection and repair of rigging components.
Hi, Dean Tuggle, Director of Operations. So this is for the actual repair of the $11,000 469 that you approved earlier for the Friends of Learner Fund. So this is just the actual contract for those repairs of that line set that's been out of service since March.
And that's the $11,469 critical needs fund that we approved already asking for. Is there a motion to approve the contract as submitted and authorize its execution?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Adopted. Thank you. the WSBT promotional schedule for Lerner Theater TV special.
What about the Chicago Fly House repair proposal?
Oh, I thought that's what we just did.
We just did it.
I thought we did the conserve
No, we took that off the,
Oh, I'm so
we took
confused.
conserve off the
Okay.
agenda. No. WSBT.
So this was a request for the use of the expenditure of $750 for a promotional schedule with WSBT to promote our upcoming television special, which airs this Saturday at 7 p.m. on WSBT. The promotional dates ran from approximately August 1st to the 14th, and just basically created awareness to their audience about watching the special and learning more about the Lerner. And it cost us $750.
So you need a motion to approve the $750
Correct.
um,
Expenditure.
expenditure for the WSPD promotional schedule for our TV special. Is there a motion to that effect?
So move.
Motion made and seconded. Any other questions or discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, adopted. Associated Controls and Design.
You know,
Pit Lift.
1 second.
Oh, yes.
Kevin Davis, City Legal. Somewhere in your packet should have been a resolution for the Chicago Fly House. There should have been the contract plus the Exhibit A, and there should have been a resolution for your approval. Because when we've done the emergency repairs, we've always done the contract plus a resolution authorizing the Lerner staff to take all actions that are necessary to execute on the contract. That should be in your packet because I see it in the online.
I was
packet.
thinking is that the
There
contract?
should be a contract and there should be a resolution as well for the board president's signature.
I didn't see a resolution. I saw the contract and we approved that
Because it's
and
in,
authorized its
because,
execution.
yeah, because yes, the resolution should be, I see the resolution in the online packet. It should be in here as well.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
the last page,
It should be
Gary.
like a 1-page or 2-page document.
it
Just
may
needs your
be in.
signature and the board's approval.
Okay, is there a motion then to adopt the resolution? Still don't see the resolution. Motion to adopt the resolution pertaining to the Chicago Fly House repair proposal and contract.
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Associated Controls and Design Pit. Thanks, Kevin.
So we are just asking for the approval of the $1,269.69 contract with Associated Controls and Designs for our annual pit lift inspection to ensure everything's working properly and fix anything that's not.
So is there a motion to approve the Associated Controls and Design Pit Lift Inspection at a cost of how much was that?
$1,269.69.
For that amount?
So move.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion or questions? If not, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, adopted. Request to accept quotes for Open Gate Weapons Detection System.
Yeah, so we are requesting permission to solicit and receive quotes for the purchase of 2 Open Gate weapon detection systems. So currently for our weapons-free events, we use rented, they're referred to as mags, walk-through metal detectors like you'd see at a prison. So these open gate systems allow for a greater and quicker flow of traffic because anytime we have these weapons-free events, we are almost always holding the show by 10 to 15 minutes. So this would reduce that. It would also reduce the strain on our patrons coming in. They don't have to empty their pockets, empty their purses. You just walk through with everything and it's able to detect what you have, know whether it's a cell phone in your pocket or a gun.
So this is something that we would lease the right to, or we would own the equipment?
We would own these.
Okay.
So right now what we have are basically rental or lease from our security company.
Right.
They keep them at the theater, which is another thing with these is these are smaller forms. So we'd actually be able to store them where the mags are so large, we can only store them in the lobby. So if you've ever been to the concessions window, they're all around that area because it's the only place they fit.
How much is it to rent one of them per show?
I believe it's $100 per unit.
Oh.
So as Bob stated, if we get these new systems, we would then charge back as well to make up those funds. So that would still get passed on to the promoter of the show.
Mhm.
I don't have the rough estimate on me, which is why we're requesting for the permission to solicit the quotes. But it is over $50,000 for the pair.
And we have the resources to do so.
This funding would then fall under the Friends of Lerner critical funds.
Okay,
So that would be a separate request in the future.
good. Okay,
All right.
good.
So is there a motion to approve issuing a request for quotes for the open gate weapons detection system?
So moved.
Second,
Motion made and seconded. Any further questions or discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Adopted. Thank you. Anything from the public today? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
so move.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.